position and the umpire because anyone in the campus district can do it. Also, please remember that the use of any mechanical newspapers and the spectators are
All right, welcome everybody to Gage Chili High School for tonight's Class AA quarterfinal matchup between the number 2 Gage Chili Spartans and the number 17 Webster Schroeder Warriors. Fresh off their 17-win regular season, Coach Terry Nowden and the Spartans begin their sectional run, entering tonight having won 9 out of their last 10 games and looking to defend a perfect 10-0 record at home. Meanwhile, the Warriors from Webster Schroeder look to continue their strong play, having won 3 in a row, including Tuesday night's 64-49 win over Penfield in the opening round of sectionals. The Spartans won the regular season meeting between the two schools back in January, 75-64, but it's a whole new season when teams take the floor in playoffs. Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Joel Belfazer with Varsity Media. Glad to be here tonight, and I am joined by my colleague, Mr. Ray Sullivan. Ray, welcome to playoff basketball.
And you can feel it in here right now. And I think the crowd is up for this. The players are certainly pumped up. You could tell in warm-ups that there's just a little bit more in their step, in their jump.
Now we're introducing the starting lineups for tonight as we get ready for this second round of sectionals tonight between Gage Chili and Webster Schroeder. We mentioned Gage Chili comes in the number 2 seed. Actually, a little bit of bad luck. They actually lost that number 1 seed that they had most of the season on a last-second buzzer beater by Hilton, who ended up surpassing Gage Chili to get that number 1 seed, and tonight is playing UPrep. So little bit of bad luck, but they're ready regardless of their seed. Yeah,
I think they've got that behind them very quickly. The Spartans are led by a tremendous young man, Keith Slack, who is second in Class AA in scoring this year, averaging just under 25 points a game. Just some incredible numbers by him.
Yeah, he is one of the most prolific scorers in Section 5 basketball, that's for sure. And we will certainly highlight some more of his accomplishments as this game goes on. But he is certainly the focal point for this Gage Chili Spartans team. And on the other side, Webster Warrior, this young Webster Warrior team, they come in, they kind of spread the wealth a little bit. They could beat you with a couple different guys.
Yeah, Luke Inslee is averaging just under 16 a game for them. But there seems to be right now their go-to guy is Jojo Plummer. And over the season, he's averaging just over 16.1 per game to be exact. But over the last 2 games, he has really turned it on. 24.5 points a game over the last 2 games. So you can expect a lot out of him tonight, and I'm sure the Warriors are expecting a lot out of that. we've got a little bit of a, David versus Goliath, a 500 team basically in Schroeder taking on a Gage Chili team that was one of the better teams in Section 5. But you know what tonight is? You know what the anniversary of tonight is, don't you, Joe?
No.
39 years ago today. Do you believe in miracles? So the Webster Schroeder Warriors may be trying to summon a little bit of that up tonight. We'll see if they can pull off an upset.
That's a great little fact right there. Yeah, you just never know when playoffs start. It's anybody's game, and we've seen some upsets already. So we'll see what happens tonight. As we're ready to get things going, it's going to be Gage Chili possession to start this game, and Keith Slack running point for the Spartans. Here we go. It's Walton up top over to Traylon McCray, who passes it to the corner. Up top to Devin Walton. A little crossover, a little pull-up shot for Walton. No good. Rebound by Webster Schroeder, who brings it back the other way. And we got an open look in the corner, but no three pulled there, and Webster Schroeder will set up their offense. We got no school this week, so we got a slightly smaller crowd, but I think it's going to start filling in a little bit more as this game goes on. Working around the perimeter over to JoJo Plummer up top. He's bumping Williams. He's going to give it up. Into the lane. Murky with the layup, and the first 2 points go to the Webster Schroeder Warriors. And an errant pass out of bounds, and the ball's going to go back to Webster Schroeder. So a little bit of possibly early game jitters by both teams. Just underway here at Gage Chili High School. I want to thank everybody for joining us here for the second round in Class AA sectionals between Gage Chili and Webster Schroeder. Little floater in the lane by Inslee, no good. Gage Chili with the rebound. Adam Williams controls off to Keith Slack for the Spartans. Looking for their first points of the game. And just like that, there it is. A three ball from Devin Walton. It's Gage Chili up 3-2 to start this ball game. Inslee back the other way, being guarded closely by Slack. This Gage Chili team enjoys that pressure defense up and down the court. That's one of Coach Nowden's team's specialties, known for that defensive prowess. So Webster taking their time, trying to get the shot that they want. Plummer up top, over to the corner. It's going to be a three ball. Josh Hellman, no good. Rebound Gage Chili. And we're going to have a little touch foul on the outside. It's going to be called on number 21, Colin Murky. So that's going to be the first foul of the game. Team foul number 1 on Webster Schroeder. And that's a long way from the basket to be picking up one of those fouls. So Slack will start things off for the Spartans, leading 3-2. Nice dish underneath to Williams, the layup, no good. Good defense there by Plummer, who comes away with a rebound.
Great job changing that shot.
Yeah, it was good heads-up play on defense. Both these teams actually come into today averaging giving up just over 60 points a game. So both teams well known for their defense. As we see some of it right there, that pesky defense by Gage Chili caused the turnover. That's Walton with the steal, drives the lane, layup, no good. But he's going to go to the line for 2. So that's some of that pressure defense by Gage Chili, just tormenting these Webster Schroeder ball handlers.
And Schroeder is trying to fight that. They're taking their time at their end. They're setting up their half-court offense, but they just haven't been able to hit the shot yet.
So 2 for Walton. The first one up and no good. So we'll have one more coming. So we get a sub into the game for Schroeder. So one more attempt for the junior, Devin Walton, number 2. And the second one is up and good. So early 4-2 lead. Just about 3 minutes into this ball game for Gage Chili, and they're going to set up some full court pressure. Maybe a little bit of light pressure, trying to force an errant pass. Schroeder able to bring the ball over half court, no problem. And there's another steal. This one by Williams. He's going to lay it up and in. So they are all over forcing steals. That's 2 quick steals back to back for Gates Chili, causing some easy buckets. So 6-2 early here in this first quarter of play. And let's see, that ball's going to stay Webster Warrior basketball. Didn't see who knocked that one away, but it's going to be Warrior ball underneath. Quick inbounds underneath. Ball stolen by Slack. He's got a breakaway. Going up for the layup. He's going to be fouled. There was a block by Plummer, but he got him with the body. And Slack's going to head to the line for a pair himself.
Boy, Gates just pressures that ball and forces you into uncomfortable situations.
Just so quick. And the first one by Slack, an excellent free throw shooter, is good. Comes into today averaging almost 25 points a game. That's second in Class AA behind Tajay Hilton. Tajay Hill of Hilton. So Webster Warrior ball. Quick 8-2 lead by Gage Chili as we start this game. Just about halfway through the opening quarter of play. There's a good look on the corner for Plummer. The 3 ball is good. So a good answer there by Webster Schroeder as they pulled it within 3. That was a 3 from the corner by number 15, JoJo Plummer. His first points of the game, as Ray mentioned in pregame, is off to a hot start these last few games. The Warriors have won 3 in a row. As a nice crossover move by Slack. That's tough. That's tough to defend.
I'm not sure how you stop that.
He's so quick with the basketball. Not only can he shoot, but he's just so quick with the ball in his hands. So he's going to get a little bump call against him on the outside, so that's going to be first foul on Slack.
Right now you see a lot of hands on hips for Schroeder. These guys
they are making them work.
Are working hard, and they're starting to feel a little bit. They've got to find a way to get into their offense and slow things down a little bit here.
So it's Inslee up top for the Warriors. A little behind the back move. Looking for his post-up man below, but denied by Gates Chili. It's Plummer to the lane. He's going to drive in. He's going to get fouled. So a nice move by Plummer to get to the line, and he's going to head for a pair.
Plummer might be starting to realize that he's going to have to do everything he can here. That was a great drive to the bucket, spin move. Just wasn't able to get the bucket in the ball in the bucket.
And the first one is up and good. So it'll be one more free throw attempt for Plummer, the junior. Second one up and no good. Rebound's going to be tracked down, but he's going to be out of bounds. That was Adam Williams on the baseline for Gates Chili. So Webster Schroeder's going to keep possession with another chance to cut into this lead. Knox inbounding for Webster Schroeder. Even pressure on the inbounds pass up top there. A little too much pressure, though, that time, as Walton's going to be whistled for the foul. That's going to be his first, team third. So Inslee now guarded by Slack. Will set up the offense for Webster Schroeder. Nice drive into the lane, but he's cut off, and I think he's going to get whistled for traveling. That was good help defense down below by Andrew Newcomb, who's into the game for Gates Chili, just kind of stepping in and disrupting that move. And the ball's going to go back to the Spartans, and now we see the Warriors with a little full court pressure of their own.
Got to try anything you can at this point.
Going to try to slow down this Gage Chili attack, and Slack tries to go between two defenders.
Well, that looked like a travel, but...
Yeah, they are going to get a jump ball. So either way, it's going to go over to Webster Schroeder. So good defense there up top as Slack tried to split the middle. But the Warriors got in there to keep possession. All right, a man underneath finds him now. And we're going to get a traveling call on Webster Schroeder, so the ball is going to go right back to Gage Chili.
Warriors just did not look comfortable in that set. I think there was some miscommunication on maybe a play that they were trying to run there.
Yeah, he was open there for a second underneath, but by the time he got the ball, you're right, looked a little uncomfortable. So Gage Chili ball. Keith Slack will set things up for the Spartans, number 2 seed overall. Nice little moves on a dish underneath. Just wasn't quite ready for it, but that was a great find underneath for Damari McCutcheon. Caught him by surprise a little bit. That had a little steam on it.
Oh, the vision by Slack was incredible.
That is just fun watching him play. It's going to be Walton up top for Gage Chili. He's going to get a high screen by Williams. Going to try to go to the lane. He's going to pull up for a tough shot. Good defense there by Webster Schroeder. Rebound comes away by James Knox. Back the other way. He's going to go coast to coast. Layup is no good as Williams comes away with it, and he's going to get fouled by Plummer. So it was a good play by Knox. Couldn't finish it. And a good strong rebound by Adam Williams, the second leading scorer on this team, and just one of those all-around players who, just sometimes gets forgotten with the offensive prowess of Slack, but Williams can take over a game himself, averaging 16 points a game. So he's definitely a great option for this Spartans team.
Warriors have played a little better defense this last minute and a half or 2 minutes here.
Yeah, they've really settled into their defense. Slack tries to go up with it. No good. He's going to kick it back out. Oh, nice move by Walton. Ball's going to be blocked. He's looking for a foul, and I think the refs missed that one. It looked like that one was blocked from behind, but
I don't know if he ever got a piece. I don't know that he got a piece of it.
Yeah, hard to see. Walton pleaded his case. Didn't work. So Webster's going to take over with possession, nearing the minute-and-a-half mark here in the opening quarter of play, quick quarter of play here at Gage Chili High School. And we're going to have another travel underneath. So another turnover by Webster Schroeder is going to give it right back to Gage Chili.
I don't know if that's exactly what Coach Spadoni is looking for out of his guys. Everybody seems to be trying to play a one-on-one game right now against this team.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's telling them over on the sidelines right now. There's a quick drive to the lane, and we're going to have a foul. That's going to be McCutcheon who got hit, and he's going to go to the line for a pair.
Well, after getting off to a quick start, the Spartans have kind of gone dry here.
Yeah.
And I think it has a lot to do with the way Webster is playing some defense right now.
Yeah, it was a couple of those early turnovers that led to some easy baskets for the Spartans. And then since then, really, Webster Schroeder's defense has really kind of clamped down, and they haven't been able to get a whole lot going on offense.
Seems like it's been 10-6 for about 6 minutes. I know it hasn't,
It
but
does.
long time.
So the second free throw for McCutcheon. Knocks that one down for the Spartans. Increase their lead to 11-6. Now we have Murky up top running point for Webster Schroeder. So trying to get off of Keith Slack guarding up top. Now Murky back with the ball being defended by Traylon McCray, who's also a really good defender. This whole team can defend very well. Ricky with the dish. Driving the lane. That was a good move by James Knox. Stuck with it, drove the baseline, laid that one up and good. So a nice move by the sophomore Knox. As we have 25 seconds to go as Williams launches from downtown. No good. Good box out there and rebound. That was number 20, Donnelly. As Schroeder tries to beat Gates down the court, and another turnover. So they had a chance there to hold for the final shot of the quarter. An errant turnover, and it's going to go right back to Gates, who now will have a chance to hold for the final shot.
It was a good idea. I mean, he was wide open. He just got a little bit too much mustard on that.
So it's going to be McRae running point as Slack takes a seat for the final few seconds of this opening quarter. We're down to 6 seconds to go. McCutcheon drives lane, kicks it back out to Williams. And they get the shot off and good. So knocks down a 3 at the buzzer. So a nice way to end the quarter for Gage Chili as they open up a 14-8 lead after one in a very fast-moving first quarter of play. So in this first quarter, we saw a lot of defense. We saw, both teams kind of struggle a little bit on offense to get things going, but kind of what you expected from, a pair of teams known for their defense.
Well, and like I said, Gates jumped out, looked like they might run away with that first quarter, and the Warriors finally settled in, at least at their defensive end of the court. Offensively, the Schroeder does not look comfortable.
Yeah. Well, we have a chance here. We didn't have a whole lot of time before the game. We'll look at some of the keys to today for both teams. First, we're going to look at the Spartans. As we mentioned, 17-3 overall record, the number 2 seed in Class AA. They are perfect 10-0 at home, so defending their home court here. And as we talked about, Keith Slack leading this team second in Class AA in scoring. And they are one of the top defensive teams in Section 5, as we can see so far. And they also have the 2-time Class AA Coach of the Year, Coach Terry Nowden. So it's a very tough Gage Chili Spartans team, and especially at home. So Webster Schroeder's really going to have to play a good game from here on out to knock off the number 2 seed Spartans, as we get a travel call on the play by Williams. So the ball's going to go back to Webster Schroeder's. We get underway here. Second quarter of play at Gage Chili High School. I want to thank everybody for joining us for some Friday night basketball. So here comes Webster with their first offensive possession of the second quarter. Nice drive to the lane, went in strong for the dunk, no good. That was a good, strong move by Kymir Meeks. Unable to finish. And now Inslee goes up, no good. But the rebound on the play to Donnelly, who kicks it back up top. A running floater in the lane, no good. So 3 good shots there for Webster Schroeder. And Gage Chili able to come away with it. And back comes Slack quickly the other way. He's going to drive, kick out to McRae. Nice crossover move, back out to Slack. He's going to fire from way downtown, no good. Look at the rebound by Williams, just going over and taking that one away. That was Adam Williams just showing his athleticism, grabbing that rebound and putting it back up. So we're going to have a little bump on the play on the other end. Let's see who this foul is going to be called on, but that was a very impressive rebound by Williams on that end. We're going to have a sub into the game for Schroeder. Going to be the inbounds man. So they will inbounds here with a chance. We just into this second quarter play as Inslee goes to the lane, lays it up, no good, gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. So good foul up there by Luke Inslee to make this a 6-point game. Point guard getting in there with the bigs. So a 3 from the corner, Williams good. He's starting to heat up. That's Adam Williams from the corner. That's a pair of 3s and a layup. So he scored the last 8 points for this Gage Chili team, who's now opened up a 19-10 lead. And stepping up the defense on the other end is Traylon McRae, and they're going to get an offensive foul. I think they might have called that on. Oh no, we're going to have a timeout on the play. by Webster Schroeder. It's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to take a quick break here. We are 6 minutes to go in the second quarter of play. It's Gage Chili with a 19-10 lead over Webster Schroeder, and we will be right back in a few seconds. Welcome back, and just as we did for Gage Chili, we have a quick chance here to talk about the Webster Schroeder team, who comes in today 10-11 overall, the number 7 seed in Class AA. They knocked off Penfield in the first round of play to make it to this round. And as Ray mentioned, JoJo Plummer, who's off to a great tournament and great in the last 2 games, averaging 24.5 points a game. This team is very young, very talented. The top 4 scorers on this team actually are juniors and sophomores, so this is going to be a good team for years to come as Plummer gets the nice feed underneath and lays it up for Webster Schroeder. Chip into this lead a little bit. Slack on the other end with the dish underneath, the basket, and the foul. So it was a nice pass, but a better finish by Mitchell Harris, who got hit and was able to complete the play and is going to head to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. The free throw is up and no good as Plummer grabs the rebound for Webster Schroeder. So Inslee running point for Webster Schroeder. Kicks it over in the corner for Josh Hellman. Over to Plummer, back to Inslee, gets the screen from Plummer, slips off his man, but was open for a second. Defense reacted. It's Knox up top for the Warriors, harassing defense, but Donnelly able to drive the baseline, lay that one up and good.
Great reverse layup down there.
Yeah, a little tightrope along the baseline and able to go use the basket as a shield and lay that one up and in. Oh, nice move there by Slack. Little floater off the glass. Good. That was a pretty shot. And then he gets the steal on the other end. He comes away with it. He got numbers for Gage Chili. He can get rid of the ball, but he just keeps it himself. Kicks it back out to McCray. He's going to drive down the lane. Nice feed underneath. Finds Trey Green for the layup. And this Gage Chili team is rolling. So we're going to get a timeout on the play quickly by Schroeder, as all of a sudden this is a 25-14 game. So just like that, they've opened up an 11-point lead in a hurry. This was just a 4-point game or a 6-point game, but quickly has ballooned up to 11. 4:52 to go in this opening quarter or the opening half of play, and Gage Chili showing why they're the number 2 seed overall in Class AA.
That's kind of what you were waiting for in that first quarter when things slowed down so much. We thought maybe Gates might start to explode a little bit like they just did there, and maybe it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, they can turn it up in a hurry, as we saw there, especially with this defense. So Webster Schroeder going to try to stop the bleeding now. It's a good backdoor cut by Plummer. An easy layup, good. So a nice set there for Webster Schroeder. And that's the kind of offense they need to run here to kind of cut into this lead as we approach the midway point of the second quarter of play. Williams going to drive to the lane. He's going to kick it back out. Shot fake, and the pull up by Mitchell Harris is good. So this offense kind of clicking on all cylinders now for Gage Chili in this second quarter of play. We're going to have a foul. This one's going to go on Mitchell Harris. That's going to be team foul number 5. Inslee's going to check out for the Warriors. And bounce pass up top to Donnelly, over to Knox. It's going to drive the lane, cut off nicely there by Gage Chili. Murky up top for the Warriors, kicks it back out to Knox. Gets a little screen, gets another screen. But that defense is just cutting everybody off as they get to the lane. But look at that. The feed and the slam by Kymir Meeks. That was quite a play.
That might give the Warriors a little spark.
Yeah, that'll get them going. You see the athleticism by Meeks. That's twice now that there's a nice putback there by Mitchell Harris, but getting back to Meeks, that's the second dunk attempt. Impressive dunk attempt, and that time he was able to finish it. Meeks is only a sophomore, too. That's hard to believe. As Plummer with a little turnaround, no good. And speaking of Meeks, he's battling there underneath for a rebound. And we got a little jawing back and forth between the two players underneath. They're going to separate them. Just good hard play. And they're going to talk to him now. Kind of cool things down a little bit. So Meeks is going to get bumped outside. It's going to be a foul on Andrew Newcomb. Drive to the lane by Plummer, good. So an answer, 29-20. Spartans lead, 3 minutes to go here in this opening half of play. Plummer loses the ball there. Looked like that one got knocked. Oh, they're going to say off Plummer. And the ball's going to go back to Gage Chili. That was hard to see who knocked that ball away, but it looked like it might have gone off his foot. Ball's going to be turned over back to Gage Chili. A three in the corner by Williams, good. He is on fire this quarter. That is the third three now for the sophomore Adam Williams. And the other way, Slack with the rejection. He's going to heave it down court. Here comes Williams on the other end, goes up for the layup, going to get fouled. So that's some back and forth action. Adam Williams really coming on here in this quarter. And he's going to head to the line for a pair. That was a good feed. Full court pass by Slack. So the refs are having a discussion, not really sure about what. Oh, and they're going to call a technical on Schroeder. Not sure who that one was on.
I guess it's from the bench, huh?
Yeah, it could be. Not happy with some of those calls. So it's going to be 2 free throws on the technical for Williams. Gage Chili with the 11-point lead, 2:15 to go here in the first half of play. First one is no good. We have one more. Second one is good. So now we will have, so that must have been the foul shots on the play. So now we're going to have Slack to the line for a pair for the technical. And the first one is up, no good. So rare miss by Keith Slack. Gonna have one more attempt. And possession for Gates Chili. And that one's up and good. So it's still going to be, I believe, Gates Chili ball. It is going to be Gates Chili possession.
Because of the technical, they keep possession.
Yeah, so this is a big trip for Gates Chili. Currently with a 13-point lead. And there's good defense there by Plummer. He's going to go up, lay it up, and in. So good defense there by JoJo Plummer.
Boy, did Schroeder need something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a pretty big run by Gates Chili. Nice up and under, but look at the reverse. No good. But that was a pretty move by Devin Walton. Couldn't get that one to fall, but give him some style points on that one.
Just a little athletic.
And good defense on the other end, hounding the Schroeder ball handler. Plummer's got up top. He's going to launch from three. No good. That's not really his game, but we saw him hit one earlier. They're giving him that shot. Traylon McCray back for Gates Chili. Hands it off to Williams, who's had the hot hand this quarter. Pulls up for another three. Got it. He is just lights out. It's 4-3 now. And we're going to have another timeout. Coach Badani's going to talk this one over.
And this has got to be the nightmare for Schroeder.
Yeah.
You wanted to stay close. You were able to do that in the first quarter, but the Spartans have just taken over here in the second quarter, and all of a sudden you blink your eyes, it's 35-22 with 1:08 left to go, and you've got to find a way to stop the bleeding here if you're the Warriors.
Yeah, you're kind of in this danger zone area. It's still early in the game. We still have 1:08 to go in this opening quarter of play, but it's 13-point lead, and that could balloon up to 20 in a hurry with this team. So we want to thank everybody for joining us here on this Friday night. It is the second round of sectionals in Class AA. The Gates Chili Spartans, the number 2 seed, and the number 7 seed Webster Schroeder Warriors. We will have our second stream of the weekend tomorrow night at Irondequoit High School as the Eagles will welcome in the Brockport Blue Devils for a 7 o'clock game in the Class A bracket. So join us tomorrow night for that one.
Two teams that love playing each other.
Yeah.
See if the Warriors can get something going on offense here in the last minute.
A good feed into the post for Meeks, who's going to get double teamed. A little turnaround is going to get bumped, lays it up, and in and out. So that would have been a big play, but either way, he's going to go to the line for a pair.
Great job by Meeks, waiting for the defender to get up in the air, and then he took it right into him and drew the foul. Almost got a bucket, chance for a 3-point play, but didn't get the roll, and he didn't get the roll there in his first free throw.
Yeah, good low post move, like you said, by just a sophomore, Kymir Meeks. Second free throw is no good, so unable to chip into that lead. So we have 45 seconds to go in this opening half of play here at Gates Chili High School. Williams with the ball is going to try his luck again, and nothing but net. They just don't know what to do with him.
Well, you better get a hand in his face. I'm not even sure that'd do much good at this point.
5 threes in the opening quarter of play is Inslee with the floater on the other end.
That's a nice little shot right there by Inslee.
Good move to cut into this lead, which is 14, as Gates is going to hold for the final possession.
Wonder who they might try to get the ball to.
I think he's going to keep the ball here. A little spin move. Throws it up. That one almost goes in. He's looking for the foul. He's not going to get it.
He probably should have.
Schroeder with one more chance. The ball gets knocked out of play.
1.5 left, so they'll still get another look at a shot here.
So they're going to have one last chance. Inbounds pass, quick three at the buzzer, no good. So that'll do it in our opening half of play. It is 38-24 Gage Chili here in the second round game of the Class AA sectional tournament. And man, you gotta be impressed with what you've seen from this Gage Chili Spartans team.
Well, they can kill you in a lot of different ways. You know, they started out by pressure defense and getting easy layups and getting to the hoop, and then they finished the half by hitting from outside.
Yeah, I think Webster Schroeder's going to have to find an answer for Adam Williams, who is just unconscious today from outside the arc, knocking down 5 3-pointers, and also has a pair of layups and a couple free throws too. So sometimes you game plan for Keith Slack to beat you, and then Adam Williams steps up, and seen a lot of good things in his game. So he is quite the player.
Well, and that's why Gates is where they're at. That's why they've had the season that they've had. They're not just they don't depend on one guy.
Right. As you mentioned, coming into this game, pretty hot, winners of 9 out of their last 10. So we're going to take a little break here at halftime, and we're going to have a special feature for you from the high school sports beat that just ran not too long ago on the Webster Schroeder Warriors and head coach Matt Spadani. So enjoy that, and we will be back for second half of play here at Gage Chili High School.
Okay? You guys got great shots. You got great shots. Okay? You just got to make them. That's it. The ball is not a hot potato. Okay? We're acting like it's a hot potato. We want to be aggressive and push the ball, but we don't want to be throwing the ball when we get it. We're making.
The Spadoni family name has been a part of Webster basketball since the early 1990s. Current Webster Schroeder head coach Matt Spadoni played for Section 5 Hall of Famer Bill O'Rourke. When Matt continued his playing career at SUNY Geneseo, his father Bill served as junior varsity coach under O'Rourke when the Webster School District joined its 2 schools into one.
When it comes to, I think, in basketball in general, I don't think there was ever a time I can remember where I wasn't a part of it or didn't want to be a part of it. You know, my brother went a different direction. He wanted to play hockey and play lacrosse, and I just loved basketball from the start. You know, anything basketball. I read autobiographies. I read all sorts of things about basketball. So I think I knew that it was going to be in my future in some shape or form.
Bill knew coaching was always in his son's future.
I think he was a basketball person. He wanted to. He didn't have to tell him anything. He was going to coach from the get-go because he was that kind of player. You know, I think he understood the game. So, and he wanted to. I think he just wanted to coach. Getting a teaching job was priority back then anyway. I coached with Matt for 6 years. I was his JV coach for 6 years and his freshman coach for 4. And of course, you want to help him and tell him exactly what to do. But he figured it out. You know, he figured it out by himself. He would listen to me. But he has taken it so much further than I ever thought I would ever coach or anything. I mean, he really understands what's going on.
Hey, go get it. You guys make one step in, Ben. One step in, one step in, one step in. Here you go, John.
You always want to try to tell him, oh, you're doing this, but he's fine. I don't have to tell him anything.
Success on the court didn't come easy for Matt.
Matt was like 5'3" and weighed about 115 pounds as a freshman. And back then they had fifth quarter, and he actually barely played in the fifth quarter. His junior year, who would have known? Mr. O'Rourke knew. He saw it, and I think I saw it too. He just grew enough to play, and he started on the varsity after not even getting. And that's a story that Matt still tells, and we used to tell kids trying out. You can be a fifth quarter player at one point and be all great at Rochester by the time you're a senior.
It was an experience that the younger Spadoni has taken with him to the sidelines.
That's obviously something that you think about a lot. I mean, I think knowing that as a coach you have kids that might not, when they're younger, look like they're going to be the strongest varsity players. I guess the most important part about it is if a kid has a passion for the game and loves the game and puts a lot of time into it, he can end up being something something special, or a player that'll help the varsity program, and can tell you about a ton of kids that didn't look like they were going to be very good, or they were weaker or smaller, and they just loved the game, and they ended up being great players for us.
Father and son have forged a relationship bound by the hardwood. This includes post-game phone calls.
I get that call if I don't get to a game, like an away game or something, we don't go to all of them now. I get that call around 10:15. Get filled in about what's going on, so it's kind of fun.
And sometimes we call each other after games, if it's been a tough loss or just a game you want to unwind. You have to unwind. It's a lot of, in the world that we live in, I think that, someone who doesn't coach varsity sports or doesn't have that 2 hours of competition that day doesn't understand the build-up, the release and the wind down that needs to happen. You can't just go home and put your head down. At least I can't go home and put my head down and fall asleep. I need somebody who understands, and he's been great in that aspect. Not just a father, but a good friend too.
4 decades around the hardwood has shaped Matt's perspective toward the game.
I think the thing about basketball, at least in my life and from my perspective, it's about the relationships that you garner with the kids, not only with my teammates, in high school and college, but relationships with these guys, the day-to-day relationships. I mean, whether it's basketball or any other sport, I would imagine it's probably the same way. You put so much time and effort into it. I mean, basketball season is about an 18-week season. It runs about half the school year if you look at it from that perspective. So you're around these guys, 2 hours a day, 6 days a week for a long period of time. So, you get on each other's nerves, kind of like a family, and, develop these relationships. And I can still count on some of my former players as some friends. They'll always shoot me a text, how's the team doing? I'm always wondering how they're doing in their lives. And I've been very proud and happy to be part of this basketball program and in specific, the players and the families that I've been able to be a pleasure to coach for me.
From Webster Schroeder High School, this is Paul Gotham with the High School Sports Beat.
Who's doing the game tomorrow night? Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Do the brackets first. We can talk about some of the matchups. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are getting ready for the second half of play here at Gage Chili High School, and it's the Spartans holding the 38-24 lead, and very impressive first half for Gage Chili. I guess I should say more importantly, the second quarter was really the big quarter for Gage Chili, and they are being led today by Adam Williams, who is leading the way with 18, and Keith Slack with 7 for the Spartans, and JoJo Plummer leads all scores for Webster Schroeder with 12. So before we get into the second half of play, we wanted to take a look at the brackets in Class AA and some really intriguing matchups. I mean, we have one here down at, we talked about Hilton being the number 1 seed. They actually draw UPrep, who beat this Gage Chili team not too long ago. So that's a tough matchup for Hilton playing right now. And then you have the 4 seed Fairport playing a red-hot Edison Tech team. This is a team that won only 1 game all year. And then they just got some players back. They started to gel, and they beat Rush Henrietta in the opening round by nearly 20 points. So that's an impressive round, so I'm sure that's going to be a good matchup. And then at the bottom of the bracket, the winner of this game will play the winner of McQuaid, one of the steadiest teams in Class AA, playing Victor right now. So really some good matchups throughout this Class AA tournament, that's for sure.
And as an old school City Catholic guy from the now defunct Cardinal Mooney, I love seeing all these teams matching up against teams, McQuaid and Victor and UPrep and Edison taking on teams out in the county. I think it's fantastic that all these teams are going head to head.
Yeah, it's really fun seeing the matchups in sectional time. Teams that might not play during the regular season getting a chance to square off and, crown a sectional champion. So definitely some fun matchups. We, Varsity Media, are actually covering all 4 of those games tonight. So we were going to post some highlights later on social media. So make sure to follow Varsity Media on Twitter to see some highlights from today's games as we get set here for second half of play. It's going to be Gage Chili possession to start things off here at Gage Chili High School. We want to thank everybody for joining us on this Friday night. Second round of sectionals. Glad you can be with us tonight for this game. As Traylon McRae wastes little time, drives to the lane, layup no good. Rebound by Webster Schroeder, who's going to come back the other way. Plummer's got a lane. He's going to drive. He's going to get fouled. No good on the layup, but he's going to go to the line for a pair. So a good start there by Webster Schroeder, taking advantage of the lane there by JoJo, and he's going to go to the line for a pair. First free throw by Plummer is good. The junior leading Webster Schroeder with 13 points on the day. As the Spartan fans get a little loud underneath. Good showing by the Gage Chili student section. The second one is good. 12-point ball game here, just underway, second half. As look at the wide open lane by Devin Walton. That was too easy for Gage Chili as he gets those 2 points back right away. And Traylon McRae really just with the press defense. As Inslee able to get by him, though, drives all the way into the lane. No good. Plummer with the follow. So Plummer continues his hot start. He's got 15 points on the game with the layup there to make this a 12-point game. Slack with a little crossover out top, running into the lane, little floater, good. He's starting to warm up a little bit. Keith Slack now with 9 points on the day. Inslee feeds into Meeks. Ball is deflected away, though. Good defense. McRae comes away with it for Gage Chili on the turnover. And Slack back the other way. A little crossover back over to McRae. Fires for 3. No good. Plummer with the rebound for Webster Schroeder. Good cut in the lane by Inslee. He's going to lay it up in the paint. Good. So nice little cut by Luke Inslee and a nice feed from Plummer, cutting the lead to 12. Feed underneath for Walton. He's going to take it all the way back out, launch for 3. Way long, but unable to come away with a rebound. It's Colin Donnelly for Webster Schroeder, so it will stay Gage Chili possession. Slack will inbound for Gage Chili. Finds Newcomb, back out to Williams. Good defense on the outside by Plummer, trying to deny Keith Slack the ball. He's going to fake the drive, pull up for 3, no good. Plummer's going to rebound, grab another rebound, and start the break the other way for Webster Schroeder. Inslee's going to fire for 3, no good, short. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, though, and stay Webster Schroeder possession.
Both teams a little sloppy here to start.
A little bit, kind of what we saw at the start of the game.
Going to have a discussion here on possession. I guess not. Going to stay Schroeder ball.
Yeah, that was clearly out of bounds off Gage Chili, so I'm not sure what that discussion was about. But Inslee's inbounding the ball for Webster Schroeder. Now to Donnelly. Nearly a steal there. Inslee's going to feed into Meeks. That's a good matchup inside for Webster Schroeder, but Newcomb says no way. Is back the other way quickly is McCutcheon. Going to feed Williams, who went up with a monster dunk and was rejected. So we got some big-time athletes in this game. We've had
Got a lot of action there. No buckets, but some good action.
no buckets, no fouls, but some exciting plays. You can tell every time one of these guys gets down the lane, this crowd just stands up waiting for a big dunk or a big block.
Great pass there. And the layup is good.
In open space, Andrew Newcomb with the layup there. A good feed by Williams to find him on the break.
Well, the possession before that, Newcomb made the great pass down the court. They couldn't handle it, but he got a little payback there.
Yeah. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds by McCutcheon. It's going to stay Webster Schroeder possession. Some subs into the game for Webster Schroeder. James Knox checks back in. And he will inbounds the ball for the Warriors. Going to find Inslee up top. Hellman for Webster Schroeder. Plummer's posting up underneath. Good hands there by... Oh, and there's the dunk they've been waiting for. Adam Williams with the flush for the Spartans, and then JoJo Plummer the other way says, I can do it too. And we're going to have a quick timeout, a full timeout, so that was back-to-back action by both teams and got this crowd excited.
We've talked about the athletes down there on this court, and you just saw it right there. You don't see a lot of back-to-back dunks in high school basketball.
You do not, but that was about as quick as it comes, too. So about halfway through this third quarter of play, Gage Chili still holding on to a 14-point lead, but both teams kind of picking up the offense a little bit. End-to-end action here.
That's fun. That is fun to watch.
Entertaining basketball, that's for sure.
But I'll tell you this, Joel. You kind of blink and we're halfway through the third quarter. Still a 14-point game.
Yeah,
Schroeder needs to find some type of way to start cutting into this lead if they're gonna stay in this. And I don't know if they can.
Yeah, we shall see. Yeah, they're definitely starting to pick things up on the offensive end, but they're really unable to really chip away at this lead, which is still 14 with a quarter and a half to play. And they're going to switch up defense a little bit, go a little zone, and right away it pays dividends as Inslee comes away with the loose ball. He's being harassed on defense. Hands in there by Slack. They're going to call a foul on the floor before the shot. It's going to be number 2 on Keith Slack and team foul number 2 on Gage Chili.
Great hustle by Inslee there. And that's what they need. They need somebody just working hard, trying to get to the bucket.
Yeah, he does a lot of things for this Warriors team. There's a nice feed inside, and the layup is good by Colin Donnelly. A nice cut down the lane. So it's down to 12 as they keep up this zone defense. Pressure a little bit higher this time, extended. Ball's going to be knocked away. Gage Chili will retain possession over in front of their bench. They're going to inbound to Keith Slack. I think you're going to look to get Adam Williams running the post, which is where he's set up right now. You get it into him and open things up. That was a nice pass. And he feeds it underneath a little too hard, and that one's going to be knocked away and over to Webster Schroeder.
Newcomb caught that one on a finger, and it bent the other way.
Yeah, that was a fastball about 4 feet away. That was a tough one to handle. So here's a chance for Webster Schroeder to possibly make this single digits as Plummer drives the lane. He's going to get fouled, so he's going to head back to the free throw line. So good move there by JoJo Plummer. He's going to earn himself a trip, another trip to the charity stripe. So here's the first of 2 for JoJo Plummer, who has 15 points on the day. First one is good. He's shooting it about 69% from the free throw line on the season. As we mentioned before the game, really playing some good basketball as of late, averaging nearly 25 points a game in his last two. Had a career high in the regular season finale against Russia Henrietta, dropping 31 points. Yeah, that's a big game. Second one is good. So we're down to a 10-point game. So they're inching closer, and they're extending pressure a little bit more at this little 1-3-1 or 1-2-2 three-quarter court press going on. And Slack able to get the ball over midcourt for Gates Chili, who hasn't really seemed too comfortable in this zone. Let's see what they can draw up on offense. Way downtown for Slack, no good. He routinely hits those, but he's been able to knock one in today.
I don't know if he hits them from out there. That's NBA range.
Yeah, he's not afraid to pull it up from pretty much anywhere over midcourt, but unable to knock any threes down today. We're going to get a loose ball push, and the ball's going to go back to Webster Schroeder to make this an 8-point game, possibly a 7-point game, as we're under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Knox going to go over to Meeks, working in the paint. Going to get fouled. Can't get it to go. But another good move underneath by Kymir Meeks as he's going to head to the line.
You know, Schroeder just needs at this point, they need somebody to decide, okay, I'm going to take over here. And Meeks is, could be one of those guys, but they just need somebody to start getting the ball in the bucket.
Yeah, you've seen Inslee at times, you've seen Plummer this game, and really just need another scorer. Meeks can be that guy as he knocks down the second one.
But 9-point game.
And sophomore averaging 10 points on the season. So there's some more pressure defense. McCutcheon able to get through, and he's going to get fouled. Now we're going to have a timeout. Gage Chili is going to call a quick timeout. They just haven't looked in sync in this zone defense that Webster Schroeder's come up with. So a good adjustment by Coach Badani and the Warriors.
And I think Gates is getting away from what they've been doing best a little bit here. I can't imagine that Coach Nowden was too happy with that NBA range three. So they need to get back to doing what they were doing and what was working for them.
You don't see him too animated over on the side. It seems to be with coaches, they're either really animated or they just kind of quiet, and he's more on the quiet side.
Doesn't mean that he might be a little hot inside.
Yeah, I'm sure the players might have some different stories. They seem to be moving the ball a little quicker in this zone now. Slack drawing a crowd up top, driving the lane, kicks it back out. Ball they do say it was deflected, much to the chagrin of the Warrior faithful.
And I think that's more of what Coach Nowden is looking for out of Slack.
Yeah,
get in there,
yeah.
drive the lane, and either kick it out or go to the bucket.
We've seen there's several players on this Spartans team that can knock down the three, and Slack will draw a crowd and try to get some open looks from outside. As he gets an open look from way downtown, no good. He's just not getting those to fall today, but look at the hustle on the play by Mitchell Harris. Going to get a tie-up on the play, but that was great hustle. And it looked like Webster Schroeder had that one easily in possession.
Webster ball with another chance to cut a little bit farther into this lead.
So it's a 9-point game. Have the chance to cut this to 7 or even 6. As we're going to get an offensive foul call. I think Meeks he's going to get whistled for trying to get position underneath. That's a tough foul. Two bigs were just banging underneath, and they're going to get him for the offensive foul. It's just the first team foul on the Warriors. The Slack beats a couple defenders, finds Williams underneath for a layup. And that's just too easy for Gage Chili. He's not going to miss those. Plummer back the other way, layup no good. And here comes Slack for Gage Chili. So end-to-end action we go. Draws a double team, no good. Williams scoops it up, lays it up, and in.
Right place, right time. That's what you get for hustling down the court, though.
Cleaning the glass, you're right. He was in the right position. And a couple easy layups for Adam Williams. As we're going to get a foul called on Gage Chili. Let's see who that one was whistled on, but Slack ran to the bench pretty quickly. I'm going to guess that was on him. That's number 4 on Keith Slack, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Almost going to call the travel there, too, on Schroeder.
Yeah. So 4 personal fouls on Keith Slack, so he's going to be sitting for a little bit for Gage Chili. And now is a good chance for this Warriors team to make a last push as Meeks drives the lane, gets bumped, lays it up and in. He's going to get the continuation. So a great move underneath by Kymir Meeks. Lays it up and in. And a chance to complete the three-point play for Webster Schroeder.
Doing what they got to do.
Yeah, they are scrappy. I mean, they're staying in this game. Seems like every time Gage Chili makes a run, they make a couple buckets to keep it close.
He converts.
He knocks down the three-point play to cut it to 10. As we go under a minute to go in this third quarter of play. Keeping that pressure from the outside. They got a nice double team on the corner. No, they're going to get whistled for the foul. I can't believe it. That was a little close. But they had a good double team on the corner. But they're going to get whistled for team foul just number 2 on the quarter. While Gage Chili is already up to 7 fouls. So McCray inbounds for Gage Chili. McCutcheon up top. Swings it over to Williams. Going to launch for 3. He hasn't missed many today, and he knocks down another one. Adam Williams continues his hot shooting, and then Plummer the other way is going to get fouled by McCray in the act of shooting and go to the line.
I'm not sure who's supposed to be out there, but somebody's supposed to be out there, and I can't imagine how you're leaving him by himself out there at that line right now.
With the shooting that he's had so far, it's hard to believe they're not getting up on him a little bit more. But he's made him pay. They've let him shoot it, and he's made him. So the first free throw for Plummer is good. It's up to 17 points on the day. And knocks down the second one as well. So 18 points for Plummer to lead the way for Webster Schroeder as Williams back the other way. Nice feed underneath for the layup. Finding Mitchell Harris, but that was a nice play. We talked about it. He can do a little bit of everything, and he's quite an all-around player.
That was an impressive looking break of the press.
Yeah, they did that with ease. Webster Schroeder with one final possession as we approach 10 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. A high screen for Webster Schroeder. Inslee drives the lane, layup good. Nice tough shot. Gage Chili and the turnover. Let's see if they can get a shot off. No, they can't. So we are at the end of 3 here from Gage Chili High School. It's Gage Chili 55, Webster Schroeder 44. And a pretty exciting third quarter of play here in this Class AA second round game.
Yeah, I'll say exciting. We got dunks, we got fast breaks, we've got blocks, and probably not quite as close as they would have liked it, but you got to feel like Schroeder did what they needed to do in that third quarter, and they're hanging in there. They're down by 11, but it could have been worse than that, and they made a nice little run to get it down to single digits for a little bit in that quarter. And I think if they're gonna have a chance to win this game, they've got to get it back down to those single digits within the first couple of minutes here.
Yeah, definitely played better on the offensive side in that quarter, but you're right, just chipping away, but you got a quarter to go and an 11-point lead. Got to do a little bit more to cut this lead down. While we have a chance, we want to look at, we talked about Keith Slack and the offensive presence that he is. Look at the scoring leaders, the active scoring leaders in 5th place, and the active scoring leaders in Section 5 with 1,685 points. Now that's some career. He's some player. He's had a little bit of an off night tonight, but shout out to Slack on what he's been able to accomplish.
And I think maybe the Webster defense has had a little bit to do with that. They're pushing him a little farther outside, I think, than he wants to be, and they're doing a pretty nice job on him. Yeah. Unfortunately for Schroeder, Gates has got a few other weapons out there.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of good looks, that's for sure. As we're going to have a foul up top on the Warriors, their third foul of the game. So we get going on this final quarter of play from Gage Chi-Lai High School. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight for some Friday night basketball. Glad you're here with us. Oh, nice feed underneath. There's a good bounce pass and a good finish. Mitchell Harris with the layup for Gage Chi-Lai. As Webster Schroeder back the other way. That's Knox driving the lane, loses the ball. Gage Chi-Lai comes away with it. McCray pushes for Gage Chi-Lai. Gets bumped on the outside. That's going to be another foul. So a couple quick fouls to open this quarter on Webster Schroeder. It's going to be 4 fouls for the half. And it's going to be possession out of bounds for Gage Chi-Lai. As McCray's running point for the Spartans as Slack continues to sit with those 4 fouls. Good feed underneath, good pass over to McCutcheon. The layup, no good. Tries to get the rebound, ball knocked away. McCray tracks it down. Tries to feed it underneath, but turnover to Webster Schroeder. Luke Inslee comes the other way, lays it off to Plummer for the layup. No good, but the ball tipped up. Also no good. So a couple great chances there for Webster Schroeder, unable to go. A couple tough breaks there for Webster Schroeder. As Walton looks to drive against Plummer, gets bumped. With the layup to go, but it's going to be on the floor. So McCray will inbound the ball for Gage Chi-Lai. Finds Walton in the corner. Thinks about a 3. A little quick move, pull-up shot, no good. Rebound to Webster Schroeder. Finds Meeks. Looks to drive the lane, gets bumped. So a lot of quick fouls here to open this quarter. That one's going to be on McCutcheon. And that's going to put Webster Schroeder to the line already to open this just a minute and a half into this final quarter of play. And we're going to have a sub before this 1-and-1 attempt. As Keith Slack checks back in for Gage Chi-Lai. Meeks with the front end of the 1-and-1. First one's up and good. So one more for the sophomore, Kymere Meeks. Averaging 10 points on the season. It's probably right about that today as the second one rolls in. So the lead back to 11 as they extend pressure a little bit farther and they cause a turnover as that ball is going to go out of bounds. Devin Walton couldn't stay in bounds, so just like that, possession back to Webster Schroeder. As another sub comes in for Gage Chi-Lai.
Here's that opportunity to get it down to single digits, Joel.
Yep, they've been here a bunch. They've been able to get it down under 10 a few times. But Gage Chi-Lai seems to make a run every time they do. As Meeks' body's underneath off the glass. Good looking move down there by Kymere Meeks. And does make it a 9-point game. Very explosive player for being just a sophomore.
That was just smooth along the baseline.
Slack with the high screens. Inslee reacts well. Doesn't give him a chance to get a shot off. McCray out, drives the lane, gets a little window. It's going to get bumped. I think they're going to get Colin Murky on the foul. Team foul number 6 for Schroeder, so one more before the bonus.
Warriors fell asleep a little bit on defense right there.
A little bit, yeah.
All of a sudden that alley opened up.
Yeah, quite the lane. So Slack to inbound the ball for Gage Chi-Lai. Just under 6 to go here in this final quarter of play at Gage Chili High School. Slack's going to pull things out, get a possible one-on-one opportunity, maybe a high screen from Williams as he steps out. A little two-man game with Slack and Williams. Finds Williams, kicks it back out into the corner. Little jumper, no good. Webster Schroeder with the ball, and one more chance to cut into this lead. Looks like Gage Chili now in a little 2-3 zone. The ball is loose on the ground. We got a battle for it. They're able to get it. Meeks kicks it out. Long three by Schroeder, no good.
Oh, great rebound.
With the rebound, goes into the lane, lays it up, and good. Great job there by JoJo Plummer.
That's just wanting it more.
He stuck with that, and just a nice move underneath the basket. So it's a 7-point ball game just like that. Slack the other way, kicks it out to McCray. Williams for three, another wide open three. This time no good. McCray the layup, no good as well. Gets a third chance. Gets fouled, and he's going to head to the line.
I'm not sure how he can keep being that wide open. There wasn't anybody within 6 feet of him, and I thought that was going down.
You know, I'm going to agree with you. He had a great look. That time just wasn't able to get it to go.
The Warrior defense is just getting sucked in down in too far into the lane, and Williams doesn't budge. He stays out there.
Yeah.
He knows.
So 1-1, or 2 shots for Traylon McCray. Misses the first one. So don't look now. Just under 5 minutes to go. This is a 7-point ball game. The second free throw, no good as well. Meeks pulls down the rebound. So here's a big trip for Webster Schroeder. Oh, nice move on top by Inslee. Got ball in the corner, back out to Inslee. See what they're going to set up here on offense.
Gates tightening down on their defense right now.
Yeah, they're extending a little bit more. They feel it as well. One more bucket here by Webster Schroeder, and this is a different ball game. JoJo Plummer out top, gets double teamed, but slices his way in, lays it up and in. 5-point ball game. And I think Coach Dowden's going to take a timeout. He is. As Webster Schroeder has come roaring back. And with 4 minutes to go, trailed by only 5 points.
I think maybe Gates got a little bit cocky. You know, they thought they might have had this game. They laid back a little bit until that last possession right there, and it was a great drive and a little floater. But you could see the intensity ratchet up a little bit for Gates, but that hasn't been there for the first 4 minutes of this half or this quarter.
Yeah, you're right. You know, they're offensively they've come on, but I think things kind of started to shift when they made that change on defense. Get a little more pressure, a little more three-quarter court, and drop into that zone. And it seemed to kind of throw off Gage Chili a little bit, and that's kind of when this run started a little bit midway through the third quarter for Webster Schroeder. So we got a good one. 5-point game, a little over 4 minutes to go. Looking forward to this finish.
It's going to be a great one. I said it at the beginning, 39 years ago. I don't know if we can compare Team USA beating Russia, but you certainly had a overwhelming favorite here and an underdog, and right now the underdog has climbed back in it, and these guys are going to make a game out of it going down the stretch here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've seen it already in sectional play by Keith Slack over right in front of Coach Nowden's.
And again, way outside probably the range that he should be shooting from.
So a little full court pressure now by Gage Chili. Schroeder able to break it. Here's Meeks. That spin move again, lays it up. Almost thought he got fouled, but Gage Chili able to come away with that one. Coach Spadani not happy, and it looked from here that he did get hit on the arm. So a break for Gage Chili. Slack will back things out for the Spartans. Still don't look all that comfortable in this almost a 3-2 or 2-3 extended zone. Walton drives, kicks over to the corner for McRae. He's going to drive the lane, get bumped, no good. He's looking for a foul.
Yeah, I think they just got a payback call there, non-call.
That was Donnelly on defense with the rebound now. Howman from the corner three, no good. And look at Slack get up there for that rebound. And he will continue to slow things down, so neither team can capitalize here as we still have a 5-point ball game. Slack with the high screen from Williams, gets bumped, and he will head to the line for a pair.
Got to make your free throws here. They haven't done well from the line so far tonight. And with 2:26 left to go in this game, this is when you need to start making them.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of free throws in this final 2.5 minutes of play. And you're right, it's whether Gage Chili can make theirs. This is actually going to be a 1-and-1, as it was actually only team foul number 8 on Webster Schroeder. So the front end for Slack is good. Very good free throw shooter. And one more for the senior. Second one from Slack is good. So 7-point lead for Gage Chili. Coach Nowden's going to get a quick timeout. And talk things over and come up with some strategy for the final 2 minutes and 26 seconds of play here at Gage Chili. Now, speaking of Coach Terry Nowden, we want to congratulate him on the preseason sectional awards banquet. He was awarded for the second straight year the Class AA Coach of the Year award, and that's a big honor, especially to win it back-to-back years. So a shout-out to Coach Nowden now in his second season at Gage Chili with a 31-10 overall record. So pretty good start to his coaching career here at Gage Chili.
Yeah, I'd say 30-plus wins in your first 2 seasons at a school is pretty good. And that's the other incredible part about it. Two straight years of picking up that Coach of the Year award, but your first 2 seasons at Gage Chili.
Right. Yeah,
sometimes takes a little time to, get used to your kids and figure out what you've got, but not for him.
Yeah, congratulations on their picture with Coach Bob Nally of Pittsford Mendon, the undefeated Mendon Vikings, who are having some season. Finished the regular season at 20-0. They are going to be a force to reckon with in Class A. That's for sure. So here we go now with Gage Chili picking up their full court pressure. McCutcheon way out top. Plummer gets the ball inside. Nice little move. The left-handed layup and good.
Beautiful.
That was smooth. JoJo Plummer makes it a 5-point game again with another left-handed runner in the lane. So they are doing a great job of beating this Gage Chili full court pressure in this second half of play. Slack with the high screen and roll. We'll pull it back out in no hurry with that 5-point lead. Going to get a double screen up top. Going to go the other way instead. Pull up with a tough shot. So more good defense by Webster Schroeder. They got numbers back the other way. Inslee's going to pull up. Pop. No good. Rebound by McCutcheon. So that was a good opportunity for Webster Schroeder. Inslee had a good look, but unable to knock that one in. So we're down to 1:20 to go in the ball game. 5-point lead for Gage Chili.
Still plenty of time for the Warriors here. If they can get a stop, that's what you want to do, I think.
They are forcing some tough shots and doing exactly what they need to do. As Plummer's back the other way. Lays it up to Knox. Layup no good. Plummer with the putback. Good. And a quick timeout by Coach Guadani. And just like that, a 3-point ball game. This Webster Schroeder Warriors team just will not go away. They are playing some good basketball, especially in this final quarter of play.
Well, I thought it was a good idea to get the ball into Williams' hands for Gates, and instead of pulling up, maybe fake that shot and drive to the bucket exactly like he did, but he couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, he kind of forced that one, and and kind of played into the hands of Webster Schroeder, who's really done a good job. We've talked about Keith Slack and his scoring, but they have done a great job keeping him at bay. Williams had the really big first half of play, but they've done a better job on him on the second half, and it's fueled this comeback.
If you're looking at our scoreboard there, folks, we're having a little trouble with it. The score's correct, 59-56, but there's a minute left to play, a minute and 1 second left to play. We're trying to get that taken care of here.
Yeah, we've had some internet connectivity issues with the scoreboard, so we apologize. There, as Ray mentioned, a minute 1 to go here in this final quarter of play. It's a 3-point Gage Chili lead. (59-56), a minute and 1.
Schroeder's going to press.
Schroeder's going full court, man-to-man up top. Now they're going to back it out, and they're going to stick. Looks like a man-to-man pressure here as we go under a minute to go. Slack's going to draw the double team. He's going to drive. A little double screen up top, and a great look underneath for Traylon McCray.
What a pass.
That was just a great feed from Keith Slack. As Inslee tries to answer the other way for Schroeder. No good. Long rebound. Knox drives the lane back out to Inslee. One more chance for three. No good. Plummer. Another rebound. The putback. Good. JoJo Plummer is having himself a game, doing it on both ends of the court. Still a 3-point ball game as we get a foul, as Webster Schroeder needed to foul and get Gage Chili back to the line. JoJo Plummer is just having some game for Webster Schroeder, keeping them in this ball game. And on the other end, Slack's going to get fouled, and it's still in the 1-and-1, so there is a chance to keep Gates off the board here, as we are down to 20 seconds to go. 3-point ball game. This is by no means over. So the front end is good. That's a big one right there. Makes this a 2-possession ball game. So one more for Slack. And the second one is no good. Rebound to Plummer. So here's a chance for Webster Schroeder. Plummer's going to draw a crowd, and he's going to get fouled. So that is not what you want to do if you're Gage Chili. In a 4-point ball game, is send the other team to the line. And that's going to be team foul number 10. So that's going to be 2 shots for JoJo Plummer. Gage Chili fans get loud. Here comes the first attempt for Plummer. It's good. So one more for JoJo.
Again, 12 seconds left. 12 seconds left here.
Second free throw is up and good. And we're going to get a timeout as Plummer knocks down a pair for Webster Schroeder.
We got ourselves a 2-point game.
Yeah, it's going to come down. You said it a while ago. It's going to come down to free throws. And we're going to have a quick foul right away from Webster Schroeder and going to send Gage Chili to the line. And you know Gage Chili is going to try to get the ball into Slack, their top free throw shooter. So let's see what kind of play Coach Dowden can draw up. 12.5 seconds to go, 62-60. Gage Chili with the lead here in a great opening round game. So McCray is going to inbound the ball for Gage Chili. And they do get into Slack, who is immediately fouled. So now they are also in the double bonus. So Slack's going to head to the line for a pair for the Spartans. Here comes the first one for Keith Slack. Free throw is up and good. Big shot right there. We'll get some offense to defense substitutions for Webster Schroeder.
Three-point game, 11 seconds to go, just over 11 seconds.
And this is a big free throw right here for Slack. It is up and good. So a 4-point game.
Huge.
12 seconds to go. And we got a player down. That looks like Knox might have turned his ankle. And he limps off for Webster Schroeder. Didn't see what happened, but he comes off, and checking back in is Donnelly. So a 3-point shooter goes off for Webster Schroeder at the most inopportune time, as they're going to need to fire up a 3 quickly. Again, not sure what happened, but he looks like he's in pain. Not really sure what the holdup is here. Maybe they're just giving him some extra time because of the injury.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're waiting for here.
Possibly a clock adjustment, not really sure.
Well, yeah, the clock is messed up now. They got a minute and 14 up on the clock.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
And there should be 11 seconds on the clock.
So they're having difficulties just like us.
Yes, exactly. Something going on here tonight at Gage Chili.
So it is 64-60 ball game. I believe there's 11 seconds left.
Just over 11.9.
Yeah, 11.9 seconds to go. All right, we got it. 11.4 they're going to give them. So we are ready for this final 11 seconds to play here. Gage Chili with this 64-60 lead over Webster Schroeder. And now we have another stoppage. And now they're going to huddle up one more time.
Now they got it figured out.
All right, we're ready for some basketball. All right, here we go. 64-60, Gage Chili with the lead. 11.4 seconds to go. Inbound pass. Inslee gets the ball, drives, gets double team. Lays it up to JoJo Plummer, driving the lane, layup, no good. Followed by Meeks, up and good. So, and the clock keeps running. So
not going to call a timeout.
We're going to have another stoppage. That clock should have stopped on the layup. So hold the phone here. We're going to have.
We got one team celebrating. It might be a. Well, no, the referees are leaving the court, Joel.
They are leaving the court. I thought that clock was supposed to stop under a minute, but they had it out quickly. So
that's the ball game.
Gage Chili is going to come away with a 64-62 win, and that was quite a battle for the number 2 seed, as the number 7 seed Warriors gave them all they could handle. So hats off to Gage Chili for holding on and coming away with this win, but you got to tip your cap to the Warriors too for putting up quite a fight when, as you mentioned, they were probably a pretty big underdog, but they really didn't play like it.
No, they never gave up. They kept playing their game, and in the second half it seemed to kind of take its toll on Gates, but the Spartans hung in there, and they come away with a win. Yeah, great season and a great way to finish the season for the Webster Schroeder Warriors. They showed a lot of heart out here tonight and never gave up on this game. And there were a couple of times where it might have been easy to do that.
Yeah. So they will finish at 10-12 as we see the brackets here. Gage Chili will move on to play the winner of McQuaid and Victor, and that game will be played on February 26th, and the AA goes to Blue Cross Arena for the semifinals. So whoever they play, that should be a fantastic matchup. And on the other side, it's going to be the winner of Hilton and UPrep versus the winner of Fairport and Edison Tech. So what a game we had here tonight. Our final here from Gage Chili, it's going to be 64-60. Gage Chili with the win over Webster Schroeder. They move on. Thanks to everybody for joining us for tonight's broadcast. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.